Do solar panels really add value to your home? It's actually a more complicated question than you might think. As a matter of fact, the final answer might surprise you, and let me talk about it for a little bit to you, because there are quite a few little nuances there. But the final answer might surprise you. The short answer: do solar panels add value to your home? The short answer is, well, yeah. If you put anything in or on your home, unless it's like a bag of cockroaches, and sell it, it will definitely add value. If you park a Tesla Model 3, and I marked it for you here so you don't miss it, you're welcome. If you put that car in your garage and sell your house with it, will it add value to it? Of course it will. Just like if you put an elephant or anything else in that garage, it will add value. Now, why are we talking about it? Well, the reason we're talking about it is the reason why we're talking about anything really anymore. It's because of one of the two people has tweeted, and it's either Donald Trump or Elon Musk. Now, on this channel, we're mainly covering Elon Musk, and that's what actually happened. He tweeted this out saying, very likely that a home with clean power that's lower cost than utility plus blackout protection via Powerwall will have a positive effect on a value. And again, it's a statement that most people would agree on, and then he followed up with this one saying that homes with solar sell for 4.1% more according to Zillow, and then he attaches the link. And I did click on the link. I don't know if you have, but I read the article, and here it is. And indeed, it looks like the average value of the home with the solar panels sell for 4.1% more, it depending where it is, but an average is 4.1, and the average value is about $9,000. And I was like, wow, that's pretty good. That's that. But what they don't mention in that article, and I had to dig a little bit deeper and do some research, but the question is obviously, what is the value of an average solar panel system? And that's where I find out it's about $12,000, and that's after the incentives. As you know, incentives are going away slowly for everything that's green energy. But let's go with 12,000, and I'm not a mathematician, though I am Russian. $12,000 is more than $9,000. So essentially, you're investing on average more than on average you're getting as the money back, if you would. Now but before we go a little bit further with this math, let's talk about blackouts, because this is something that's a little sensitive for us here in California, because we just had blackouts forced on us by our dear utility company PG&E, which is the most popular and biggest ones, because and you might remember them because they've almost burned half of the California down a few months ago, and in order to not do it again, they realized they just can't. So what they decided is to turn the power off to the areas where they think they might make another boo-boo, and once again burn a bunch of cities down. And it's a little outrageous, because it's kind of like if you come to a coffee shop and they will tell you like, well, we're really sorry we spit in your coffee last time, and for us, in order for it not to happen again today, we're just going to be closed. This is literally what PG&E is telling us, and now today they said that it might actually be happening for the next 10 years. We might just do this blackouts as a thing. It's our new tradition. So we're not very happy here. But here's the thing about this blackouts and solar panels, as a lot of solar panel owners found out, that just because you have solar panels doesn't mean you're going to have power during blackouts, because the way it works, your solar panels are not really connected directly to your house. They're connected to the grid, and then the grid gives it back to you. And of course, if grid is closed for a blackout, you're not getting that energy back. And that's what happened with a lot of homeowners. Now, what you do need to have to actually avoid a blackout is this thing over here. In this case, this is a Tesla Powerwall, but there are other companies like Sunrun and so forth. They sell battery storage units for your home. So essentially, your energy goes into the battery storage, and then that's where you're using the power out of. And that does work. That does keep your lights on. However, don't forget that what usually also is disconnected during any blackout, whether you have your battery or not, is the internet, a cable TV, and a lot of times your cell phone service. So, and that's where people just go like, well, I might as well go to bed. and then their lights are kind of a moot point. So that's what a lot of us learn here in California. But let's get back to figuring out whether or not the solar panel is actually adding value to your home. Before that, let me add a quick value to my channel and let you guys know that this video and this channel is sponsored by Byton. Check out their all-electric SUV called Ambite. Check out all the amazing screens, and you can reserve one right now, and it only takes about 60 seconds, mainly because there's no deposit to put down. That's right, you don't have to worry about it at all. Reserve yours, just like myself, of over 50,000 of other people. Go to the description of this video and reserve your Ambite today. Now, let's go back to the issue at hand and figure out if these things add value to your home. Now, listen, here's the biggest concern. If you buy a home with the solar panels, you will end up paying more for it, about $9,000 more, but most likely you're going to take out a mortgage. And essentially, that money is going to be separated by all, divided by all the mortgage payments. So you're going to give that money to your mortgage company versus not having those solar panels on the home and giving pretty much the same amount of money to your utility company, if there is a difference, because the utility company, bills are usually so small compared to the monthly payment of your mortgage that, difference of $50 or $60 is probably not going to make that much of a difference. And it does change because electricity prices go up and down, your panels get dirty, the weather changes. So it's a very fluid situation. By the way, can I just vent about something when it comes to mortgages? This will save me time and money on my therapy, because how is that even legal in ever? I know we've gotten used to a lot of crap and to live with it, but the mortgages, what a scam. I mean, think about it. If it wasn't your home, if you were buying a car or a TV set, and yes, I'm going old school here, knowing my audience, and by the way, make a comment in the comment section if you've actually watched television on one of these. I have. It was fun. No remote, by the way. You just have to get up and yeah. Anyway, so if you're buying one of these, well, this one's paid off, but if you're buying one of the newer versions, and the Best Buy says, we're going to charge you APR, which is, annual interest, but we're going to just charge the whole thing first. We're going to get our part first, and then you're going to at some point start paying off the actual thing. And by the way, if you pay this off early, we're still going to keep the interest that we haven't even earned. That would be a scam, but somehow for houses it's absolutely normal. So just anyway, but let's go to another issue with solar panels, is because don't forget, they're put on your roof, and at some point your roof needs to be changed, and in that case you have to pay somebody to take the panels off, then bring the roofers, and then bring those same people who took it off to install it back on. That adds additional costs, and this is where it might literally outrate the money that you might be saving on your utility bills. Now, the answer to that is the solar roof. And I was lucky enough, if you've been watching my channel for a while, this is me doing report of one of the first houses to have the solar roof from Tesla. There are other companies who also do solar roofs as well. And this is a perfect solution because it's a blend between the roof that's also much sturdier and the solar panels, the solar cells that are built into it. And so you don't have this issue of having to change and go back and forth. Now, unfortunately, that is not happening as fast as we thought. So it's still a thing of a future. But essentially, if you think about it, solar panels are kind of a flip phones. Well, I have a better example. Tube television sets, or should I say Hitachis, okay, I'll stop right now, of the solar tech. And that's okay. I guess we're just going to have to wait. But let's get back to the main question in hand. And I guess at the end of the day, even though the quick and the short answer is yes, obviously the solar panels add value to your home. However, that value is easily canceled out. Let's just go with that. With the cost of installation, reinstallation, mortgage interest, and so forth, compared to giving this money to the utility company. So if you're doing this for the sake of blackouts and you don't have a battery, or you think you're going to kind of win some money on this, I would say you should pass on that, unless you live in the area where the difference between the installation of solar panels and the incentives are so amazing compared to really high energy costs, and that could be the case, by the way, in Europe, then yes. But otherwise, if you ask me, it does not add real value to your home. I know it may not be what you want to hear, definitely not what Elon Musk wants to hear, but at this point, that is the truth. Don't forget to get on our VIP list, whether you have solar panels or not. It is free, unlike solar panels or your electricity. And this is a bonus story that we send out to you every weekend. And by the way, if you want to check out the behind the scenes stuff that I do or previews of what's happening, follow me on Instagram, E4Electric, very simple. Every day I post fun stories about what's happening behind the scenes of this channel. All right, let me know if you have solar panels, why you've decided to install them. If not, why you've decided not to install them. Let's continue this conversation in the comments of the section of this video. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.